Hey guys, welcome to another edition of K Cards Baseball. Thanks for joining me tonight on this fine Wednesday evening, wherever you might be. Tonight I am in Aberdeen, South Dakota. If you remember last night's video, if you checked it out last night's video, which was a box break of a 2024 Topps Big League. We opened the blaster box and we made a video about it. Based on the amount of views it got, not too many of you guys saw it. I think it's got a total of a whopping 7 views. So pretty poor. That is the last you will see of Topps Big League, most likely from me. It's not one of my favorite products of the year, so definitely not going to be opening it up anymore. Tonight what we're going to do is we are going to do another auction preview. It is for 1973 Topps cards, and I will go through the cards that was in this collection and in this box that we have, and pretty excited about that. And so we'll cover those cards. Now I do want to make sure and cover the disclaimer again that I make every time I do one of these auction previews, is that you will not see these cards in sleeves at all. The sleeves for these cards are all right here. So I have taken them out of the sleeves, and again, the reason why is quite often these sleeves are pretty much scratched up. They're kind of cloudy. They're never really that great. So it is not a good idea to try and take pictures and show people the actual condition of the cards through sleeves or top loaders or that type of thing. So once I get done making the auction preview video and get done doing the photos for the auction, then they go right back into the sleeves. So I am really careful with the cards as best I possibly can. I do my best to take care of them because quite frankly, they aren't my cards. I sell these cards for people that basically hire me to sell them for them on consignment. So I am highly protective of the cards that I have. So it seems like, again, every time I do one of these videos, I do get someone that makes a comment about how careless I am with the cards and so on and so forth. So I always have to make the disclaimer up front. Also, other feedback I've had is that I talk too much. So I'm going to try and make this video a little bit quicker than the usual 20 to 25 minutes that these videos normally take. The only thing I'll say is that if you like the auction previews or anything else we do on the channel, please hit that like and subscribe. It does help me out quite a bit. We've kind of slowed down a little bit on the subscription, so again, if you like the videos and like what we do here on the channel, I would definitely appreciate you guys taking care of that for me, because it does help me out and the channel out quite a bit. So without further ado, we are going to turn around the camera and get into these 1973 Topps cards that will be going up for auction tomorrow, most likely. Thanks, guys, and hang on 1 second, and the next time you'll see me is on the desk for these Topps cards. Thanks, guys. Alright, guys, welcome back. Let's go through these 1973 cards. Hopefully the lighting is a little bit better than it was last night. I did take the lampshade off the light that is in this hotel room to provide better light as we run through these cards, so hopefully that works. The first card up here we have Roberto Clemente, and this is actually his last card that of his 1973 card was made after he had passed away at the end of 1972. So the stats that are on the back of the card are his lifetime stats, where he ended up his career. His hits, obviously 3,000 right on the nose. He had 240 home runs and batted a career of 317. He also was the guy that Hall of Fame changed the rules as far as the qualifications for entry. They changed the rules that if someone should pass away, they would be eligible, or if someone passes away during their playing career, they would be eligible for election to the Hall of Fame after 6 months rather than waiting the customary 5 years. So obviously he was voted in the Hall of Fame after the 6 month period, and yeah, very deserving, and obviously a Hall of Famer, not just because of anything else other than he was just a fantastic, great baseball player and a great human being overall, especially with the way that he passed away in a plane crash delivering goods to needy people. Anyways, next up we got Tony Oliva. Oh, I do have the Roberto Clemente card listed for $20, which is actually a really good price, even though it is miscut, because it is the last Roberto Clemente card that he had. Next up is Tony Oliva. I've got two Tony Oliva cards. One of them, this one right here, is going to be a very good to excellent, and this one is in excellent condition. It is a little bit of fraying on the edges. This one's got a little bit of a, I don't know, even know kind of indentation that is up there on the upper left-hand side. So I have this one at $2 and this one at $3. I thought about maybe putting them into a claim sale rather than putting them in as a separate auction, but I just am too much of a Tony Oliva fan to do that. So we'll see if these cards will sell at their price. They should, being that he is a Hall of Famer. Anyways, so that is the Tony Oliva card. The back of the card of both of these cards is in good shape. It is just going to be the miscut issue and the dent on this card. Neither card has any sort of creases on it. So, yeah, that is the Tony Oliva card. Next up, we got Brooks Robinson, and Brooks Robinson I've got in excellent condition. I've got it for $4. It does have some fraying over on the right-hand side here. The back is in good shape, as you can see, but it is, again, going to be off-centered top to bottom. Left to right is actually not too terribly bad. I would call that 80-20 on the top to bottom, but left to right, top to bottom, I would say it is going to be a 95-5 on the Brooks Robinson. We have this card listed at $4 for the Brooks Robinson card. Next up, we got two Hank Aaron cards. And this one right here, I've got this one at very good to excellent, and this one I have in excellent shape. This one actually isn't too bad as far as centering, being with the 1973 card. It is going to be 90-10 left to right. Top to bottom actually isn't that bad. I would call that 70-30. The back is in good shape. So I have this particular Hank Aaron card listed for $25. The other Hank Aaron card right here is at $15 just because of the miscut on top to bottom, and it does have some fraying here on the left-hand side, and it does have a ding in the upper left-hand corner, but the back is in good shape other than the miscut that we have on the top of the card. So that is why this card is at $15. We've got 4 Pete Rose cards, and 3 of them, these 3 I believe, actually these 3 are going to be at $9 a piece. And again, it is just a miscut issue. As you can see, all 3 of these, or 2 of these have miscuts on the top. This one has some fraying on the left-hand side. Actually, both of these have some fraying on the left-hand side. This one is miscut on the left to right. Top to bottom isn't actually that bad, but left to right obviously is basically 100 and 0. So I have these cards, these 3 at $9, and the other card that is still slightly miscut, but actually you can see some white on it on the left to right. Top to bottom isn't too terribly bad. The back is in good shape other than the miscut on the left-hand side. I have this one at $12 for this particular Pete Rose card. Next up, we've got Thurman Munson, and I've got both of these cards listed in very good to excellent condition for $8. Again, you can see the miscut, particularly this one right here, is pretty badly miscut on the top and also on the right-hand side. There basically isn't a right-hand side, there basically isn't a top. And also you can see part of the next card on the bottom of the card. This one is missing the top. So I have both of them at $8. I don't know if I'm going to get $8 for this one or not. I would probably say that's more of maybe a $4 or $5 card. This one I might be able to get maybe $8 out of it. I'll list it at $8 and see if I can get someone to bite on it. Okay guys, sorry about that. The wife called, so I had to get on the phone with her real quick. Anyways, next up we got Bobby Bonds. I did just put one card out there. I've got 3 cards of his, but This is the only one that is in good enough shape to sell for basically $4 or $5 because it is the only one that is not really terribly miscut. Even though the top is a little bit off, I would say 95.5 on top. Left to right actually isn't too bad. I would say dang near 50-50. The back is in good shape other than the miscut issue on the top to bottom on the Bobby Bonds card. So actually not a bad Bobby Bonds for $5. So that is that card. Jim Palmer's up next. Very good to excellent shape on the Jim Palmer card for $5. Again, it is basically missing the top of the card. No creases or other issues or blemishes on the card. It is just the top issue. The corner's actually in pretty decent shape. There's a slight ding in the upper left, but that is the Jim Palmer card. Harmon Killebrew is up next. Very good to excellent for $4. Again, it is a miscut issue on the top. There is some fraying here on the left-hand side, most likely due to rubber bands. But other than that, the card is in decent shape. No creases on the card at all. The back is in good shape. You can see that fraying right there on the left-hand side of the card. So that is that card. Next up is the Rich Gossage rookie card in excellent endearment condition. Got this one for $20. Actually, it is in pretty decent shape. No creases on the card at all. The cut of the card is actually pretty decent. Top to bottom, I would say 60-40, and left to right, maybe 70-30. The back, you can see a miscut there on that card on the left-hand side, but the back is in decent shape other than that. So that is the Rich Gossage rookie card, and we have that one listed again at $20 for that card. Fergie Jenkins, excellent to near mint. The cut on this card is actually pretty decent. Top to bottom is a little bit off, maybe 90-10. The back of the card is in decent shape. There's no creases on the card or any other blemishes or issues with the card. The corners are in decent shape. So we have this card listed at $4 on the Fergie Jenkins card. Bob Gibson, we got two Bob Gibson cards. The first one is going to be in excellent, this one right here is going to be in excellent condition. Again, it is a miscut issue, maybe 98-2. Top to bottom, left to right, actually isn't too bad. The back is in decent shape other than the miscut. So I have this one listed at $10 on the Bob Gibson card. And this one, got this one actually excellent to near mint. Top to bottom actually isn't too bad. Left to right, I would probably say 70-30. You can see the left to right issue with the left-hand side here being a little bit miscut on that side. The back is in decent shape other than that, and I have this one listed at $15 on the Bob Gibson card. Carlton Fisk is next up on his second year card. This one I've got excellent, or very good to excellent for, what do I got this one at? $5 on the Carlton Fisk. And the next one, I do have just this one up. Actually, I've got this one at $8 for this one. The other one I'm putting in a claim sale because it is pretty badly miscut, but this one I can get away with selling because you can at least see the white on the left-hand side of the card. Top to bottom is in decent shape. The corners are in decent shape, maybe a slight flaw here in the bottom right. You can see just the miscut here on the back. So on this one I've got at $8 on the Carlton Fisk. Burt Blyleven, I've got him at $5, and I've got him listed in excellent condition. You can see it does have a slight flaw up here in the upper left on the corner, and a little bit here on the bottom right as well. But the cut on the card actually isn't too bad. There's a little bit of a flaw here on the left-hand side. But for 1973, the cut is pretty decent. The left-hand side on the back of the card is in a little bit worse shape than the front of the card. You can see a couple little dings here on the left-hand side, but that is the Burt Blyleven card for $5. Next up, we got two Nolan Ryans. This one I've got in very good to excellent condition. Again, it is just because of the miscut on the top of the card. Got this one listed at $20. The centering on the left to right actually isn't too bad. It's just the top to bottom that is the major issue. The corners are in decent shape. The back is in good shape other than that miscut issue on the top. Really good, crisp Nolan Ryan card for $20. That's not too bad at all. I just sold his 1972, which is in worse shape than that one is, for $55. So to get a 73 for $20 isn't too bad. I've got this one right here, I've got this one in excellent condition. Again, just because of the miscut on the left or right. Other than that, it does have a slight flaw on the upper left corner, but other than that, is in good shape. You can see the miscut on the left-hand side of the card on the back. But this one I've got at $25 for this Nolan Ryan card. Carl Yastrzemski, yes, I've got this one in excellent condition. You can see a little bit of the top. It is miscut, again, top to bottom. Maybe 98.2. Left to right is also miscut, 90-10, I would say. The back is in good condition other than that miscut issue on top. So we have the Carl Yastrzemski at $5. Reggie Jackson, got this one in excellent condition. Again, just because of the miscut on top. Centering left to right actually isn't too terribly bad. No significant surface flaws on the card at all. It is in decent shape on the back. So we have this Reggie Jackson at $8. Next up, we got Lou Brock. And Lou Brock, I got excellent to near mint. It is slightly miscut left to right. Top to bottom is also slightly miscut on the bottom. But it is not a bad Lou Brock card other than that. The surface is in really nice shape. The back is in good condition. So I have this Lou Brock card listed at $5. Next up, we got Rod Carew, a very good condition. Again, it is just a miscut issue, and we have a flaw. Looks like a paper clip flaw here on the right-hand side. So that is why I have the Rod Carew listed at basically $3. I can't put him in a claim sale because it's Rodney Carew. Next up, we got Willie McCovey. Got him listed at very good condition for $3. There is something going on the surface of the card. There does look like some, I don't know what that is, but it is a, looks like a paint issue. The centering on the card left to right and top to bottom actually isn't too bad. The back is in good condition as well. So it is not a bad Willie McCovey card for $3. Right, Evans rookie card, Darrell Evans. I'm thinking of someone else. Anyways, both cards are actually in pretty decent shape. We got Al Bunbury as well, a good player for the Orioles for a number of years. This one right here. I've got this one right here, very good, excellent shape for $15 for this card. And this one I've got in excellent shape for $20 for this card. Top to bottom, left to right. Actually, the centering isn't too bad. The back is in good condition. So that is why I have this card at $20 for this Dwight Evans rookie card. So anyways, guys, that is what we got going on tonight. Please, if you have any comments about these cards, please throw them down into the comment section down below. I would be interested in hearing your feedback on the cards and hearing what you guys have to say about it going forward. Again, if you like this video and like anything else we do on the channel, hit that like and subscribe. It does help me out quite a bit, so I would appreciate you guys taking care of that for me. That, again, is all I got for you guys tonight. I think tomorrow night I will do a recap of the 1972 auction that ended last night. I will be shipping those cards out on Friday, but I plan on doing a recap of those cards for 1972 just to give you guys an update as to what the cards sold for. Anyways, that is what we got. Thanks, and be safe, and happy collecting. See you guys.